Okay, so if everything is working as it should, people should be able to see my game and hear my fucking voice. So I have never done this before, or I did try YouTube streaming a billion years ago, and that was horrible. So this time I'll do a one-off. I don't usually do this. I don't plan to do this. I'm just interested in playing my game and trying to figure out if this version is playable at all, and hopefully we can just find some bugs. And I already written down some shit, and let's just get started. So the menus are not really much to see, so we'll just start the game directly. So in this new version, there's, like, as you can see, I unlocked some characters, and the Knowing Sarah is blue because I completed the game on easy mode, or normal mode, just before I started streaming. So we'll play with her again, or should we? No, we'll play with Lost Sarah, I think. And we just found the cheap lockpick. We could identify that if we wanted to. It's kind of good. The berry basket is also pretty good, so I don't know, we'll unlock it. It has 25% chance to unlock a chest for free, and berry basket is it has 50% chance to get +1 health from berries. So instead of 5, I think it's 5, you get 6. So we'll pick the lockpick, and then we'll get started. So, like I mentioned the last time I started the stream, or before I restarted it, everything is squeaking in this office. So if you hear a lot of squeaking, that's because of my desk or my chair or my whatever it is. And there's also rain outside, so there'll be a lot of background noise, I think, and I apologize for that. So Necken is a roguelike, which is not really like most other roguelikes. Most of the roguelikes are kind of advanced. They have a lot of different mechanics, and they have a lot of, well, different stuff. And my game is really bare bone. It doesn't really have that much content or that many mechanics to support the main game, or what do you want to call it. So you open up the crafting screen, you craft a wooden stick, open it up again, craft a carved log. So on the left side I have my health, and then there's black grayed out area, and then there's the weapon, and then there's the shield. So what I'm missing is the armor. So the top one, or the second one, is armor. We're currently missing armor, but we have a shield and we have a sword. So during combat, this is pretty much combat, and you do have 3 options, or 4 actually, and you can attack with different items. So armor turns into an attack type, and the weapon is obviously an attack type, and the shield is also an attack type, and then you have a special skill. So the special skill for this character is that you have a 100% chance to escape, but there is a cost where you lose your weapon or your shield. So it's a 50-50 chance. So even though I don't have an armor, armor is a special case where you can still attack with armor, but there's 2, you do 2 damage normally. But on the right side is my new rework for the combat system, where enemies don't really have a set resistance. They have a dynamic shield system. So this enemy, the path troll, he has 3 shields, and they randomize each turn. So each turn they randomize across armor, weapon, and shield. So right now it randomized 2 on the armor side and 1 on the weapon side, and 0 on the shield side. So from a tactical from a tactical standpoint, attacking with a shield is the best option right now. And on the left side again, we can see that by looking at the blue icon. So the punch attack does 0 damage because there's a 2 base attack damage, and there's also 2 shields, so they cancel each other out. The weapon does 4 or 3 damage, and 3 minus 1, sorry, is 2, and then shield does normal damage, so basically 2 minus 0. And on the other side, the path troll is doing 6 damage, but I'm negating 2 damage with my shield. So the orange icon, which is 2, saves me or removes 2 of the damage from the troll. So we just attack like this, and then we did 2 damage. Yeah, right. So we did 2 damage, and then he did some damage to us as well, and now there's a new turn, so the shields are switched on the right side, and on the left side that is reflected by the blue icons again, with the damage not being the same as last round. So the shields actually inverted, so there's still 1 on the weapon, there's 2 on the shield right now, and there's 0 on the armor. So armor is the best option from a tactical standpoint again, or this turn. So if we attack with the punch, we'll do 2 damage, and he will do 4 damage to us. And if we strike him, we will do 2 damage, and he will do 4 damage to us. But if we bash him, he will do 2 damage instead of 4, because we block 2. But we will do 0 damage. But since we attack, and this is the weird part, since we attack with a type that has shields on the right side, I know that both the shield icon and the shield attack type has the same name, so it's a bit confusing. And there's also a 3rd shield icon depicting the blocking amount, so there's a lot of shielding going on. When we attack a type that has a shield, so weapon attack, for example, weapon type, it has 1 shield on the right side. So if we attack with this one, it actually removes 1 shield. So from this point on, the path troll has 2 shields instead of 3, and we can do that again. So just to prove a point, so it's removed. But no, he died, so we're good. We're using some mushrooms to get some health back, open up the crafting menu, and in this game you can basically make infinite amount of keys for some reason. But instead of doing that right away, I could just do that, and it will cost me 5 wood. I could just try to open the lockpick for free, since I have this cheap lockpick. So it didn't really work, so now I had to make a key. And inside the chest was a wooden stick. I already have a wooden stick, but this one is fresh, so I'll use that and move on. Streaming is weird. This is really weird. And I'm seeing it on the right side as well, and I'm guessing that, yeah, of course you do. You must hear me at the same time as my video is playing up or replaying. Yeah, I don't know what I thought. Oh, this is weird. Streaming is weird. Oh, okay, let's move on. So we can chop wood. Each tree gives 3 wood, and then we move on across the bridge. There's another tree there, and there's a boar. There's some berries. Berries give 2. Oh, right, I was missing 2. I think berries give 5. Awkward. So this is a scenario where, like, this is the when I watch replays and people playing the game, this is the part where I kind of measure whether players get the game or if they're going to get the game. So the birds on these trees, they indicate that if you attack this tree or try to chop it, it will spawn an enemy. So when they do that for the first time, the pops up, and it's kind of a surprise, and they're like, why does it do that? And after a while they kind of realize, oh, it's because there's a bird there, and then they start looking for birds. So birds can spawn on wood and trees, trees and stone. So the 2 base resources, tree and stone, they can spawn birds, and usually they have 100% spawn chance. So if there's a bird, there is going to be an enemy there. So if we just like that, so there's a guaranteed enemy there. But what players tend to do is to just ignore all the trees or all the stone with birds, instead of trying to work around it like I kind of hope they would. So we'll open up the chest for free, and this is a wooden club, so I can either switch to the wooden club, which is doing less damage. All right. Yeah, so wooden club has less damage but more health. So I reworked a couple of the base types where the wooden club is a type that has more HP but less damage, and yeah, that's probably it. So I want the wooden club, which is why I'm switching to the wooden stick, and I'll use that to kill the troll, and hopefully I'm lucky. So this time I was lucky again with like 2 free swords where there was no shield blocking the weapon type. So on the right side right now there's 1 shield on the weapon type. All these terms are like so hard. But since we're doing 2 damage, which is more than his 1 health, we'll kill him, and when they are killed they don't really attack back. So you basically get a free turn, the same turn that you kill the enemy. So right now the wooden stick that I'm currently using is kind of worn, so I want to switch to the wooden club and then move out to the next level. What I should have done there was to eat more berries and just fill up and kind of use up all the resources available on the level before I left for the next one. Can you hear me, or can you hear me all right on the stream? There's a majestic 1 concurrent viewer, so I'm hoping that they can hear me all right. I'll move on. So mushrooms will spawn when you discover a lot enough tiles. So the question marks on the bottom left, they indicate that there are hidden tiles there that has not yet been discovered. So when I discover it, as in the question mark is removed and the tile itself is revealed, then it counts up to I think it's like 10 or something like that. And when I discover my 10th tile, that will trigger a discovery event that spawns mushrooms and other stuff. So this is a badger, and he's pestering a little shit. So he is actually hunting me and trying to move towards me, compared to a lot of other enemies that just move randomly. So again, the badger has 10 health, so we'll just start bashing him with a sword. So in this case, there's shields covering all the attack types. So right now I had to look at the left side and be like, well, what I want to waste. And like either I do 1 damage and remove a shield and take full damage and also lose a durability on my wooden club, or I use the free temporary armor that I give the player whenever you don't have an armor equipped. So basically free damage, except for the fact that I'm also taking damage. So I'm just trying to remove some shields so I can get a bit lucky, and right there we can get 2 damage in. Switch to the sword because we can get 2 damage in that way, and from the last attack we can use the sword again. Lucky stuff. So houses are like one of the tiles that scares players. For some reason, in a lot of the Let's Plays that I watch, houses are random loot. So I press space and I got 3 wood for free. So what the house is actually doing is it's picking a random item from a loot pool where one of the items is actually take damage. So what that means is that you have some percentage, you have some chance of taking damage instead of getting items. And for some reason, when I watch Let's Plays, players are always hurt on their first house. Like, I don't know why. And then they think, oh, you take damage if you press this tile, I'll never press it again. And then they don't, and then they just avoid houses for the rest of the game, instead of just realizing that, well, this was actually just a one-timer. So I got wood and I got stone this time. So there's a lot of stuff that you can get for free in the houses, but there's a slight chance that you'll take damage. So one of the things that I'll actually add to the to-do list right now is the house, like, actually hardwiring or hard coding so that you cannot take damage for the first couple of times that you open or activate a house. So I'll just write that. Is there a new live link? So whenever I start streaming again, there's a new link. All right. So let me just. This is super professional. So in that case, I'll just copy paste the old tweet and then just give me a sec. This is super professional. So apparently I'm a professional streamer right now. Oh God, what is happening? So give me a sec. And all right, thanks Simon for letting me know. That really helps. So instead of watching my desktop, let's get back into the game. So this is a scenario where, like, when I played through the game a couple of minutes ago, or like half an hour ago, this was one of the scenarios where you get really angry as a player. So this enemy is buffed. You can see that by his size increased. So he is a bit larger than the normal one, and he also has a crown to, like, further tell the player that, you know what, this enemy is extra beefy. Sorry, I was just writing down the thing. So what I'm actually thinking is to add. I'm thinking about adding is adding. No, I'm thinking about nerfing the buff. So I think right now it gets like 20% more health or some shit like that, 20 or 25, which is kind of meh in the beginning, but by the end of the game it's huge and it's super annoying. So I'm thinking about lowering that, so just make it a slightly beefier, but not this much. So I just realized how much harder it is to play the game and also take notes and also talk and also know that people are watching my screen. God, why did I do this? This was a stupid idea. So right now the defense is or the shield is the best way to approach this. So I'll save some health by using my shield, which is blocking damage and also making all the damage right now. So my punch and my strike does 0 damage because of the shields on the right side. So this is a thing that I was hoping would be interesting and kind of tactical. Like when I used the shield to do damage, sure, I did damage, and I also blocked some damage from him and yada yada. But when I do find an opening like this, so if I punch the enemy right now, I do 2 damage, yeah, but I do not remove a shield. So I'm guessing that this will be kind of an interesting choice. Like, do I want to play in the long term for this counter, obviously, and remove 1 shield, or do I want to deal full damage? So I'll just Well, this scenario sucks. Yeah, being a streamer is hard work, I can imagine. I set up some basic stuff and then just got started. I realized that my home and my setup right now is so not meant for streaming. Like with the weather outside, and like I mentioned, my desk, yeah, it's called a desktop. My desktop is squeaking, and as soon as I move, everything squeaks, and I don't have an arm for my microphone, so I've put a couple of towels on the screen on the desktop and put the microphone on top of that, hoping that some of my movements will not make a noise in the microphone. And also my keyboard is loud as fuck, and dude, why did I do this? So 2 health, let's just kill him. So he is dead, and I realized that I don't have shit really. So I could either repair my my weapon for 5 wood, or I could create a new one for 3. And this is also a thing that Let's Players kind of point out, that why would I repair? This is a wooden club, but it's the same thing with a wooden stick. When it's super damaged, it will cost about 5 to repair it, and it will cost about 3 to make a new one. Right, you don't hear any squeakiness, and the voice is very clear. Cool. I'm sitting as still as I possibly can. I'm not moving a muscle unless I really have to. So I feel like I'm sitting on a stack of cards, or a card house. So the magic behind the repairing is that for each durability the item is missing, the base cost increases by 1. So the base cost for a wooden club to repair it is 1 wood. So right now it's missing 5 durability, so that's 5 wood. And what I was hoping was that, well, you're not supposed to repair this, obviously. Like it's a lot cheaper to create a new wooden stick. And even if I had a wooden stick instead of a wooden club, it would be the same thing. Like, don't try to repair a wooden stick. It's just get a new one. So I'm thinking about keeping this, even though it looks like it's obviously broken. So I haven't really decided yet. And I also notice there are 3 missing white pixels in this icon, like the repair icon on the sword. There's supposed to be 3 more white pixels on the top left. God damn it. And being a moron and a perfectionist, I'll just have to do this. Repair weapon icon. Pixels. Cool. More stuff to do. I'll never be able to release this game fully and leave early access. God damn it. Alright, so we have some pelt or leather or whatever I decided to call it. We'll create an armor, and we don't really have resources for stone spear or wooden shield, so we need more stone, which we get from this. So again, right now you can see that the bird spawned there, and it's going to spawn an enemy over there later. So this tile, the anvil, anvil is one of the things that I added to my to-do list. Badger, go away. So as you can see, the text doesn't really fit the pop-up, so I have to adjust this. Just get rid of the badger. Go to this one instead. So like this is one of the things that I'm supposed to fix, since it kind of looks like shit. And no luck. So this is a sharp stone. It's pretty worthless, but at the same time my wooden club is kind of broken, so we'll just use that instead. A stake, heal some health, is perfect. So on the right side, a couple of tiles, like over here, there was a chest that just spawned, and one of the hidden things that I added to the game was to have some kind of secrets. It's not really a big secret, but it's something. And what it does is that it unlocks the secret chest on each level whenever you discover all the tiles. So when you've discovered all the tiles on the level, you get the chest, basically. And I have no idea if people get this From what I've seen on the Let's Plays, people actually don't get this. So it's supposed to be like a hidden mechanic, but maybe it's too hidden, I don't know. So the path troll, I will be getting my sword and some tackle, and then finally, hopefully, yeah, that will kill him. So right now, the sharp stone, the repair base is 1 stone, and it's missing 2 durability, so that's 2 stone to repair it. And I can also create a new one for, or create a stone spear for 5 stone. So when this is broken, like when it has low durability, I might just create a new weapon and create a stone spear instead. I also have the wooden shield that I found, so I don't really have to repair it. This was one of the features that I really haven't seen anyone playtest just yet. I added it in the last version, where you craft this, and it costs 5 wood, and you craft this, and when you've done that, when you exit the game, or when you exit the level, you also exit the game and save. So it's called a suppressed save, which means that it's not a complete save. You can't load it multiple times. You can just load and consume your current save. So this is kind of a roguelike way to solve this, where I want the player to be able to save, but I don't want the player to be able to load. Or obviously they should be able to load, but not more than once. So you consume your save, which means that you can't go back to the place where you saved and try again from there. So this is a tile which gives you copper. So this is not really that obvious, but if you try to activate this, it says better pickaxe required, and you just have to figure out that better pickaxe is stone pickaxe, because you don't have one, so you need one at least. So you have to create the stone pickaxe. So you need 15 stone for that, and we'll just look for it. Took some damage. So the table is yeah, so the table and the anvil are basically the same thing, but one is for weapon and one is for shield. So what they do is basically use the same repair cost, but half, rounded down, I think, as well. So if I use the anvil, it will cost me 1 stone to repair this weapon, but if I use the repair weapon craft, it will cost me 2. So the correct way, or the way you should be repairing your items, is to look for an anvil and use that. But just added to the to-do list, where these 3 should maybe not be called repair armor, weapon, and shield. They should probably be called something like hasty repair, or quick repair, or something like that, just portraying that it's actually not really this way. Like, you're not a blacksmith, you're not really supposed to do it like this, but if you're in a hurry, sure, go ahead, but it will cost you more. But I don't know. But still, 1 stone. Why don't I repair it? We have 16 stone, so we'll create a pickaxe. So now we can create activate the copper ore. So now we got 3 copper, which means that we unlock 4 new items, which is the copper pickaxe, the hunter armor, the copper sword, and the copper shield. So right now I'm trying to get more copper so I can start transitioning into copper items instead. I spent a key to get a key. That was perfect. So there's a trap. If you stand on it when it shuts, it will deal, I think it's 10 damage. So it's pretty huge. God damn. Alright, so stone troll. Let's just get this dude. So what I'm trying to do when I play is to just look left and look right and see, like, okay, so on the right side I see that the weapon is blue, weapon is green, I mean. I know colors. I know what color it is. But on the left side I can also see, like, my durability and my damage. So I try to figure out a good way to combine the amount of damage I can do with the health that the enemy has. left. So now I'm doing 4 pure damage and I leave 3 damage or 3 health. So even if this isn't like currently this is the best option, using the shield, but even if it wasn't, I would probably use the shield to match the health that he has, so I don't have to attack again, like saving a turn or whatever you want to call it. Got a crystal, which is a meta item where you unlock new stuff, new trinkets in the main menu. I think this was the whole level. Yeah. Alright, so we'll repair the shield and try to get the last resources as well. So there's a lot of waiting in this game. If you're... Oh, damn. If you're playing that way, like really trying to min-max which enemies you attack and avoid and things like that. So I'll just add another thing to my to-do list. Make sure that enemies cannot stack. As a player, I would like to know the extra penalty cost for the repair. You usually assume it's fine to repair it, but there seems to be a hidden cost. Yeah, so I've been saying this for almost a year now. I will rework the repair system. And then I haven't done that because I've been swarmed with other stuff that was prioritized. But right now, what I didn't mention was that for every time you repair an item, it gets tagged and it will increase in cost for every time. So if I repair my wooden stick 10 times, it will be extremely expensive to repair it after that. So it will at least some kind of indication, like a red text for the repair cost. Yeah, exactly. And this system, I didn't really explain this system because I don't like it, and I want to remove it, and I don't want to spend more time explaining it since I want to remove it. So what this means is that the more you repair your weapon, the more expensive it will get. So you don't really want to repair your weapon more than once, preferably. So back to the screen. This is an instance where enemies are stacked. So the top one, or the stone troll that we're facing right now, he spawned when I opened or activated the rock, and then he picked 1 out of 4 directions, so either top, left, right, or bottom, and he picked bottom. And for some reason, when these enemies spawn, they don't really take other enemies into consideration. So he spawned on top of an already existing enemy, which should not be able to happen, but it obviously happened. So this is not really a good scenario, but hopefully it will be fine. But yeah, the repair system is something that I'm hoping to rework shortly. And like I said, I've been saying this for a really long time, and I'm kind of embarrassed about it. So this is a case where what I'm talking about, where I have a stone. Oh, actually, I do. No, never mind. So what I do want to oh my goddamn. All right, so is it worth escaping? I don't think it is. Fuck it. We'll just attack him. So what I do want to rework the system into is that for each time you repair the item, it loses 1 durability. So what I kind of want to solve is that people are getting a really good item from a chest, for example, and then just repair it infinitely and more or less win the game because they got that item specifically. So what I want to do is add some kind of penalty to it, so that you repair an item and it loses 1 durability. So you have to pick and choose when is it enough, or where is your threshold, more or less. So I'll just repair some items for pretty much all my resources, and new thin jacket cost 3 and 1, and repairing it actually cost, no, I have a pelt armor, so 2 and 3, and I do have, that was a misclick. Sure, I fat fingered that. That was not, because I do have a repair on top. God damn, I could have saved that. So what I really want to do right now is open the chest, but the moose is kind of protecting it, and moose is never moving, so he's static, which means that he will always be standing on top of that chest. And moose is also one of the enemies in the game with the most health, so it would be a huge waste to get like 1 key out of that chest, so I'll just ignore it. I'm still not really satisfied with the new sprite I made for the path troll. For almost 4 years, this enemy has been a Karelian soldier, like a Swedish soldier from 1700, 1800, I think, like well, a typical Swedish soldier from a couple of 100 years ago, and I wanted to add a mystical forest feeling and merge that with like Swedish history. So the Swedish king Carolus Rex, or Carl the 12th, 12th, I think. I hate to pronounce that word, that number, but with a Swedish touch, so Swedish soldiers and things like that. But in the end, I had like 1 tower, which is present in the end of the game, towards the end of the game, which is, it looks like a tower, but it has the name Karelian in it, and then a human in the forest, deep in the forest, on each and every level. So that didn't really fit the theme with mystical creatures roaming the forest. So I, like a last minute thing I did was to rework the sprite, and I don't really like the result of it, so I'll probably have to tweak it some more. So we'll try to get that top one. There we go, and then there's nothing else to do, so we'll just leave. So we're entering the Forest Fir North, which is a boss area. So on this level there will be no boss, and then on the next area we'll face our first boss. So what I tend to do when I play, which is kind of the opposite from when I watch other people play it, is I never craft, or I try to always avoid crafting, and just use the bad stuff that I currently own, the worn out low tier items that I found, instead of crafting a new better item. Like for now example, I have a sharp stone, which is a tier 2 item, or actually a tier 2 item. Or is no, it's actually called a tier 1 item, because the wooden stick is a tier 0, because I don't know. I decided to use a programming term, so I don't know. But either way, stone spear is a low tier item, and sharp stone is the same tier. And I could use this, and I will use this. And as you can see, it does like 3 damage right now, and doesn't really do much. But this one, the copper sword, does 7 damage, and has more durability and all that stuff. So why don't I craft this one and use that instead? Well, I don't know. My entire playstyle revolves around crafting as little as possible. For some reason, I don't know. So this is a tile that almost cost me the game last round, where you can gamble. It costs 1 wood. So I traded 1 wood for 1 copper. That is awesome. That's like super good. So, and I can just keep pressing. So right now the cost is 2, so I can just press it. Oh, I got 4 copper. That was super lucky. So now this time it costs 3. And then I can continue for as long as possible, or until I run out of wood. So this is a tile that I was hoping would lure the player in a bit, be like, well, don't you want to gamble a bit more, take risks, and you could win super good stuff. But the thing with this tile is that my playthrough almost borks each and every time. So I'm the biggest fan of this tile. I get trapped each and every time. I almost lose the entire game based off of this tile almost every time. I have no idea why. This tile just gets me. And so now we can move the arse. God damn it. Alright. So the stone is almost out of juice, and we don't really have anything good to attack with right now. We only have low tier items. We'll just keep using the... Oh, there we go. So I'm trying to replace the weapon, which is why I'm trying to also use the last juice. And since I couldn't really do 3 damage, it didn't really matter. So the weapon broke. I have no weapon right now. And this is... let's see... Yeah, we'll use this. Alright. So right now we need a new weapon. I could either craft it right away and be good, or I can open the chest and hope for a weapon. Oh, well, no luck. Can you move? 3 keys for 1 key, that's perfect. So we could either go super cheap and create a wooden stick and hope that we get a better item, or we can just... Oh wait, I really need the copper pickaxe, so we'll do that first, and then we have some left for the copper sword. Perfect. And 5 stone to repair the armor. Yeah, why not? And also berries. And also weapon repair. Cool. No... Yeah. So during the last playthrough, this is one of the things that I added to the list as well. Just below me, there are 2 tree trunks, you can see. They are currently, or one of them is currently touching the playfield, which, like this one, it's touching the playfield, which it shouldn't be able to. So I've seen this issue in a couple of playtests before, and it's kind of rare-ish, but for some reason they just don't want to be removed. So kind of had to fix that as well. So now that we crafted the copper pickaxe, we can get more. We have a higher chance of getting higher tier items or loot from both stone and copper tiles, but we can also use this one, which is 10, or is it 10? Yeah, it's called 10. Yeah, I always mix up tin and bronze, so we can get, if we're lucky, we can get tin and copper from ordinary stone tiles. So we'll just grab this one, and so this is the perfect example where the gamble tile just eats my playthrough each and every time. So if I played as normal, I would probably spend all my wood on the gamble tile and be really poor. And then a couple of minutes later, you find a new go away. You find a new gamble tile, and they're individual, so their their added cost is not shared. So if you go to this one, the base cost is 1 again. I'm trying to talk and also move away from the fox and also put a new snooze in my mouth at the same time. So we'll just gamble for a bit because it's fun. There we go. So this tile is an enemy, so if you activate it, you attack, and if you kill him, you'll get iron, which is a late game currency or resource, which is super awesome, but they have too much health, so it's not really worth attacking it. Just like the moose, they have too much health. And one of the things that I added to the list was to lower the health of my tank units in the game. They have too much health, basically. So where did the gnome go? Go away. And no, all right. So this is an example where, why did I move back? Why though? There we go. There we go. There we go. So since I'm pretty cheap and want to min-max the game to make sure that I complete the game, I kind of want to get that stone, and I'm not really sure if it's worth it. So this is an example what I was trying to talk about for like 10 minutes or something, or 10 minutes ago or something, where I could do a lot of damage. I could do 6 damage, 5 damage, but instead just try to match it with the lowest item I have. I have a copper weapon, which means that it costs copper to repair it, but the wooden shield is a item that costs stone to repair, I think. It doesn't cost copper. That's my point. So using a durability point from the shield is better for me in the long term and in the long run, since I don't really waste copper by using the weapon. And since he will be killed, he doesn't attack me back, so the defense items or the defense stats doesn't really matter at all either. And same thing with the armor. I have a really nice armor right now, so I'll just use the lower tier item. So this is what I'm talking about, the wood and the stone over here. But when I activate them, they will spawn a lot of new enemies, and I'm not really sure if it's worth it, so I'll just skip. So on this level there will be a boss. It will be the king of the forest, and we'll hopefully be able to defeat him. So it will cost me 1 copper to repair this. Not worth it right now, especially with the hidden cost mechanic that I was talking about earlier as well. I did mention that this is one of the things that I've been finding a lot of pop-ups where the text has been squished a bit, so the weapon doesn't really, repair weapon text doesn't really fit. So I have to rework this. When I updated the Unity version to another one, like pretty much everything that had to do with texts in the game just broke completely, and I had to spend a huge amount of time just trying to get that back to work again. Oh, there it is. Cool. So, goddamn. Just one-shot him, and here's my plan. I want to use the tin mace later, so I'll equip the copper sword to make use of this one. But at the same time, the mace is a weapon type that I reworked like this Friday, where mace is one of the two weapon items that actually has defense. So it has 3 defense, which is the same as my shield right now. So it's a tin mace, which means that it's like, let's say tier 4 item. That's easier. So it's a tier 4 item, but it has the same defense as a tier 2 shield, and hopefully that will be a bit interesting. Like, do I want the, like, say the coppers, goddamn, do I want to use the tin sword, for example, or do I want to use the tin mace? So the tin mace has some defense, but the tin sword does more damage. And what I'm currently looking at is nerfing the mace blocking a bit. So instead of 3, it will be 2. So it'll have the same amount of stats, but they'll be distributed in a different way. So that's what I'm considering, at least. Shield is full health, and so the hard part with designing this game is the boss mechanics, or how the bosses will work at all. Like, for the entirety, through the entire game, the only way to heal is to either use berries or mushrooms or any of the meat that you can find in the game. So there's a finite amount of health that you can have on each and every level. So even if I have 50 health now, there's no way for the boss to be like dragged out and long, and it's kind of hindering the interesting parts of the game. So I had to settle for a mechanic where bosses are more or less, well, simple combat by itself, and then it has some interesting or hopefully interesting mechanic around it. But it was super hard to get that to work properly, and I'm not really sure if it's fun at all, but that's the way it is right now. Since like you can't heal and you can't really escape combat properly. Like one of the characters can escape combat, sure, but the other two characters cannot, and didn't really find a good solution to that. So instead I added something similar to a boss, where it's like, well, it's a fight of sorts, but it's not really that fleshed out or that super special like some of the boss mechanics in some games are. So this is a boar guard. You can see that by, well, his name, but also the purple square in the center, which indicates that he is owned by a boss. So he's guarding the King of the Woods was his name. So what that means for now is that I need to kill all of the guards to be able to attack the King of the Forest. Do we want to repair the shield? Why not? And the weapon. So here again, you can see the thing I was talking about with the tree trunks. It should be deleted, but it's not for some reason. Not really sure why. And this is the interesting part, at least for me. Like, this is one of the parts that I really enjoyed with reworking the combat system. So if we look at the right, the worst weapon or the worst item to use is a weapon. But if you look at the left, the weapon is still doing more damage, since, well, it's a weapon and it should be doing more damage than the other two types, but it doesn't really have, I can't really look at the right side only. I have to look at the left side as well and see, like, well, do I use this even though it has the most amount of shields and things like that. But right now it's more valuable to use the shield, I think. So previously the King of the Forest was purple, where he had a purple outline, which means that if you try to attack him, he just teleports away and he's invincible. And right now we killed his last guard, so we can attack him again. We'll just try to wait for the other enemies. Oh, yep. So now we can attack him, and one of the things that doesn't really show up is, like, if we enter the combat with the King of the Woods, he will have, or he do have 26 health. So he has a lot of health, but we don't really have to kill 26 or do 26 points of damage. We only have to do 13, which is half. So he has a double health bar, so that you can see the other half behind it with slightly orange. So what is missing right now is that, well, he has 18 health left in total, but if we attack him, it will stop at 13. And what we missed there was, like, how much health does he have before he cancels the combat and turns into, like, stage 2 and things like that. So that's one of the things that I wanted to add as well, to just make it easier for the player to understand what is actually happening. And then for round 2, he is invincible again, and we have to kill a new wave of boar guards. Not sure why I used the weapon there. So that will kill him. So we'll do that. Repair, perfect. And if the gnome could just... God. Alright. That was not what I wanted, for sure. So he has 6 health, and we can't really kill him in one go, so we might as well... Just 6 damage, we might as well just use this. And this is our cheapest item, so we'll use that. That was dumb. Should have saved that. So if we walk into the boss, he just teleports. And he will do that like as many times as needed. So that was one of the things where I kind of had to, didn't really have a choice. Because if the boss, like being randomized, or the level is randomized, and depending on the positioning of the boss, you still have to get past him to kill his boar guards. And if he is blocking a pathway, you can't really reach the boar guards, so you're locked out of the game. So kind of had to figure out a way for players to be able to pass him. In the first version, he did damage, so you didn't really enter combat when you entered the tile, but you were forced back, and then you took some damage instead, which was really punishing and didn't really solve the issue. So that was pretty useless. So since this is the second stage, we just have to get his health to 0, and then he's gone. So now he's dead. And we get some rewards for it, and then we can just get our items and get away from here. Yeah. Cool. So that was the first boss. The other bosses are kind of similar, so they use the same like core mechanic where they have 2 phases and they spawn stuff that you have to deal with. Most of the waves are based around enemies, but the other 2 bosses, they have slight variations to it where there are enemies, but you have to deal with other stuff instead. So this is the second theme. There's a new song in the background, and there's also like a new setting. So this setting is really dense, so the trees are blocking a huge amount of the playfield. Our pickaxe broke, so we'll just make a new one. We have that one. Need more tin to repair it. Don't have that. So could either use it for now and then create a hunter armor when we're done, or create a hunter armor straight away to save some health. So when I'm trading, when I'm using a low tier item, or a high tier item that is really broken, like the leather armor right now, sure, it does still block 4 damage, so the block stays the same, but the attack is so much lower if you compare it to a new one which has 7 damage. So I have to attack more to be able to kill him with a leather armor attack type. But what I tend to do is to see it as I'm trading health for damage, or I'm trading more health for resources, more or less, because I can create the hunter armor right now, and if I do, I will waste resources on this item and then throw away 2 points of leather armor. But if I wait 2 attacks, I will lose more health, but I will kind of push forward my purchase a bit. Not sure if that makes sense at all, but that's the way I play for some reason. So this is a chest with a copper shield, which is perfect. And right now we have tin armor, copper weapon, copper shield. Perfect. The only thing missing right now is a tin or an armor repair somewhere. Oh, my best friend. Let's see if we can. It's so hard to stop pressing this button. Oh, just no. We can repair the weapon, but the tin sword only has, oh yeah, it's only missing one, so that'll probably be a waste. And we'll definitely avoid the bear. It has a huge amount of damage and health, so thank you, but no thank you. More gambling, absolutely. So now we're almost out of wood, and that's kind of the purpose of the tile itself. Just drain the wood. And I think players might think, well, wood is a useless resource at this point, so it doesn't really matter. But wood is used in kind of a lot of recipes and crafting, and my hope was that player will see wood as useless and waste it all, and then realize later down the line that I have all the high tier resources that I need, I'm just missing the wood. Why did I waste it all? And then deal with the situation that comes from that. I don't know. That's what I was hoping for, at least. So I do need a new armor. Not really sure. So I could create that was wrong. I could create the leather armor and then have 10 tin left. And that, well, what I'm thinking about is, can I repair this item? Do I have enough resources to repair it as well? Because a lot of times you craft the item and you don't have the resources to repair it, so you kind of have to go back to the previous tier to be able to sustain your damage or your items. So not buying it too soon, more or less. Kind of trying to get all the good stuff without combat here, avoiding as much as possible. Oh, my bad. Oh, we'll just block it all. Block almost all, and then 6 damage to kill. Perfect. Good stuff. So I don't really want to. There we go. We can repair the weapon, and there are some new berries. So previously I mentioned the discovery points, and discovery points, they spawn mushrooms, and they also replenish berries, and they also spawn enemies. So there's a lot of stuff happening when you discover new tiles, but this is one of the mechanics that I've kind of enjoy the most, I think, where the more you discover of the level, the more like time passes, in a sense. So the berries respawn, so you can't really stand still and wait for it to respawn, or you can't really move around like this and wait for it to respawn. You have to discover new tiles, and in that sense time passes, or whatever you want to call it. And I think that is a mechanic that kind of works. Not really sure, but I think it works kind of good. Did we gamble? Yes, then let's not. Alright, a bronze shield. What we could do is to do 0 damage. Perfect. Oh, it's awesome. So we'll just use this since we have a lot of health, and we can currently see 1 mushroom and 1 berry. berry bush, we'll just use up the old shield, do as much damage as possible, trading health, of course, and then we'll pick up the new shield when we kill this dude. So what do we have? We have a tin-based armor and a copper-based shield. Weapon, I mean. And then we replenish and grab the shield and just try to get as much health back as possible. And I also want to get the wood. And I kind of also want to avoid this dude. Oh, there we go. There we go. Doing it. There we go. God damn it. So that was not the play. Yeah, what I was trying to say was that the game is available on Steam if you want to pick it up. It's also available, like a demo is available on GameJolt if you don't really want to buy it but still want to try it out. So if you go to GameJolt.com, you can search for the game Necken and you can play the demo for free. And it will hopefully give you enough insight in the game, and in case you want to buy it, then you have tried it already. Or if you don't want to buy it, you at least got to try it. So either do that, or if you just really enjoy this stream for some reason, then you can just go buy the game on Steam right away and support me. Why you want to do that? Well, I don't know. Why not? Should probably charge money to not stream. That's my approach right now. Copper sword. So there's another copper sword there. Cool. Good to know. Just try to get as many resources as possible. No. Go away. So this tile, I'm kind of avoiding it right now. It has to do with the meta crystals. So you can trade in-game currency from the current run for some meta progression in case you want to unlock more trinkets and stuff. But since I'm not really doing a full playthrough where I unlock everything and things like that, I tend to avoid it. I just got one for free, so yay. And there we go. So what I didn't really talk about was the movement system in this game, and this is one of the things that I think was wrong play from the start. So since the beginning I thought, well, I don't really want a turn-based game as a classic roguelike. I want to do something different, something weird. And what I did was to have a classic roguelike look, so it looks like a classic roguelike with tiles and enemies move on the tile system and things like that. And but they do move on a timer, so they move every tick or every other tick or every third tick or something like that. And one tick is about a second. And this makes the game fall between a classic roguelike and a classic roguelite, where it still has a lot of the roguelike components. It's the majority of the aspects of a roguelike that the game covers, but it also includes a modular combat system, which is not what a classic roguelike should include. Like when you enter combat, you have a separate combat system or whatever, and enemies move freely, which in the end I thought, well, this was a cool mix, this will probably be fine. But what I think ended up happening was that roguelike players see that they move freely and think, ew, I don't want that. I don't want a roguelite. And roguelite players see a screenshot or a video of the game and see, oh, this is a roguelike. That's not what I want. I want a roguelite. So what I think ended up happening was that I kind of scared away both types of players instead of attracting both types of players. But I have no idea if this is true. But that was my quick analysis of the game. 4 years in the making, so should probably have done that way earlier. And here we have the tree trunks again, so it's kind of common. We've seen 3 of them on this playthrough, I think. So this is one of the anvil is not the word I'm looking for, the kiln or something, furnace, which also has a pop-up text issue where I need to fix. And one other thing that I really need to make a bit more obvious in this case is that you can create bronze in the crafting menu, 2 for 1, so 2 copper and 2 tin for 1 bronze. But you can also do that here. But if you go away, yeah. But if you look at the pop-up itself, it doesn't really say the important aspect of this tile. It doesn't really say what is actually happening. So the cost is, as you can see, 2 bronze, 2 copper and 2 tin, but it gives you 2 bronze. So now I got 2 bronze instead of using the crafting, which only gives me 1. But if you don't really press the button and see this, you'll see, well, it's the same as the crafting button. Why would I ever use this? And I think that the only reason you would use this, at least the first time, is when I press this button, the menu closes. So I have to press it and then go back down, press it again, and then open it up again, press it again. And since the menu does close, it's a kind of frustrating moment when players need more or need a lot of bronze, for example. So that's one of the reasons I think people use this. But when they actually see what is happening, they see that, well, you actually do get 2 of them per turn. Well, dang, that was a lot of resources. I'm just random. I don't know. And now I kind of want to get away. Where did the chest go, though? I heard the chest, but I don't really see it. Where chest? There it is. Copper shield. We'll pass. So now I have to get to the boss, or the path troll, the one blocking the level. So we'll. I wonder if it's worth it. Could just use the copper weapon twice. Yeah. And we could also get this one. There we go. Cool stuff. Alright, we're entering the eastern Greenbrook. So once again, it's a boss area where on this level it will be no boss, and the next area or next level there will be a boss. This is also a tile that I added to the list. Obviously the text, but what is happening? Like you can see that it looks like a shop, hopefully, and you can see something that resembles shields, hopefully. That's all the info you get. Upgrade, and it costs 10 wood. Upgrade what? And the information is not really there at all. And what is actually happening is we're trading our bronze shield for the next tier item. So the bronze shield is no more, and we got an iron shield instead for 10 wood. That is incredibly useful. Kind of OP. Not balanced at all. It's just bonkers. And if you're really lucky, you get more or multiple of this tile in one level, and then you're good to go. Bronze pickaxe, we kind of need that for getting iron, and it also has more durability, so we'll use that. And we kind of want to discover this last part before I leave. I see the bear. There we go. So here's an iron tile, and now we can use that, or we can activate it since we have the iron pickaxe. So this is what I talked about. So for 10 wood, I can trade my iron shield. So I had this one, cost 15 and 5, and I bought this for 50 or 10. So I saved 10 iron and 5 wood. And I can do the same thing again if I want to, which is really cheap. And I will do that, but just like I'm waiting to switch the items, I'm waiting to upgrade as well. And I have some resources over here, and then I'll go to... Oh. Go away. I want that resource though. Can you please go away? There we go. Perfect. Perfect. So this is the rock breaker. Also the text, and just like the gambling, it has it gives you the ability to trade one item for another one. So you can trade one rock. The difference is that it doesn't increase in cost, but it has a set amount of uses or charges instead. So I can use it a couple of times, and it can give you copper, tin, and iron. And that's it. So we have full health. We need more. We need a better weapon, definitely, and we also need. Or we could repair it. What I do want is to start using an iron sword and just murder the enemies. At the same time, we have a leather armor, and we do need a shit ton of leather to create or craft the next one. So the way to get leather is to be super lucky in a house, or when you activate a house, or actually kill enemies. So killing enemies is the main source of leather. So we kind of need to kill people, animals and creatures, not people. Do we repair, or do we buy a new one? We'll wait, I think, and just clear the path down here before we upgrade the shield. Hopefully I don't forget it. Oh no, not the snake. And we need a new bronze pickaxe. Alright. So this is a tile I added a while ago, and it looks like a super awesome tile, right? You take damage, but it's the exact same thing as a house. There's a slight chance that you take damage, and there's a big chance that you get resources from it. So that's not a copper sword, that's a bronze sword. Alright, which is good. So now we have a bronze sword instead of a copper one, so we increased our tier by 2. We could still make an iron sword, but we could also wait, and then just grab all the resources here, go away, see what is over here. And there's the snake. Not a big fan of the snake. Because when you stand next to the snake, it jumps quickly towards you, like this. So instead of waiting for the tick, the normal tick, it moves in between ticks. So it kind of chases you down when you're close to it. That's just a weird mechanic that I kind of enjoyed. when I made it, and then when I play tested it, I kind of changed my mind. But at the same time, well, it does a great job, and so it's a mechanic that kind of works, I think. Alright, so... Damn it. We do want to upgrade the shield, so we want to use up our durability for the shield to just well, save some resources, I guess. And since it has a shit ton of defense, we're not really taking damage, so we're not risking anything. And we're just stripping him away from his shields. We'll just kill him. And snake, of course. Alright. Damn snake. And then yeah. That works. Shield repair. We don't really... Oh, he moved. No. Why did he move? And why did... Oh. Now. What are you doing? Alright. So now we'll go trade the shield. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go. Thank you. Stubborn little gnome. And we'll upgrade that one to a steel shield. And I think we're done the top part of the level, so we'll just move forward. We have a shield repair, which is useful. We do have a leather armor. We can't repair it. Yeah, we can repair it. We can make a shit ton of bronze as well. So this is what I mean. This is not cool at all. So kind of need to rework that. Should be an easy fix to just not close the crafting menu on certain recipes. Repair, grab that, and leave. I'll just put in a new snooze, and then we'll keep on going. So we have an amazing 4 people currently watching. Do you have any questions about the game so far, or the nonsense that I'm talking about? Just go ahead, fire some questions in chat, and I'll try to answer them. And just keep on playing. So far, it's a bit weird to say, but so far I haven't really found anything new that is not already on the list. Or I did. I did find... Actually, I found 3 items. 3 things that I need to do. So I lied. But other than that, it's... Like, it feels good to not find too many new items that I need to fix. So it feels like the game is kind of solid and is working properly. I haven't really had a crash bug or anything major so far. It's just minor tweaks and fixes and things like that. So right now I kind of want more bronze to get a bronze pickaxe, but crafting bronze from the craft menu is super expensive, so I'm kind of waiting for... Oh, I forgot about the boss. So I kind of want to wait to see if I can find more copper before I a kiln or a furnace or whatever the English word for it is. Move away, thank you. I should be waiting. So what I'm trying to figure out is, can I cheese the level a bit where I get enough or get lucky to get the tile that I need to avoid crafting it by myself, and in the meantime avoid all the rocks? Or do I have to, well, God. So one of the things that is currently on my list is to decrease the cost. So the bronze pickaxe currently costs 15 wood and 5 wood and 15 bronze. So I'm considering lowering the cost to 10 bronze instead of 15, because it's kind of hard, since you need the copper pickaxe, which requires copper, to be able to get the tin so that you can get the bronze. So you already have 2 sources on copper that is kind of heavy. So you're pretty much paying to be able to pay, or however you want to describe it. And by lowering the cost, you kind of lower the weight on the copper, at least a bit. That's the thought behind it, at least. Better pickaxe. You are a better pickaxe. I did not see the snake. Why didn't I pick up the weapon again? So take 7 damage, or take 0 damage. I have to attack him twice, either way. I'll just take 0 damage then. And again, stumps. What's with the stumps? There's another one. So these ones, they should be fine. They should probably stay. But this one is touching the play area, and this one is definitely touching the play area as well. So they should be gone. Currently, I have the cheap lockpick equipped. I have 0 keys, and I have a shit ton of wood, so I can make as many keys as I need, which means I don't really need this trinket. So I could buy this one instead for 15 wood, and what it does is it lowers the chance of spawning a dryad when you attack a tree with a bird. So it has a 50% chance. 50? Goddamn. Who balanced this? So 50% chance to not summon a dryad. Which is kind of handy when you're entering lower or later levels, like we're doing right now, where enemies tend to be like there tends to be a lot of them. So we have activated the boss, and the current boss mechanic is not to defeat the enemies, but to actually defeat the trees, or the rocks that the enemies are guarding. So we did spawn a few stone trolls, and we don't have to engage with them. We just have to destroy the rocks like this. And it does require a pickaxe, and this is the weird part that could break the game. Not break the game in that way, but it could ruin your run. So we didn't spawn a dryad, perfect. So since it requires a pickaxe, there might be a situation where you that bug again, where you can't afford a new pickaxe. So for this enemy wave, there's a couple of stone, and there's also a stone troll for each stone. But there's also a pickaxe dude that you can kill. So if you kill him, you get a pickaxe, which is kind of the way I solved that issue. Can you please move away? No, they can't. Alright, we'll just have to kill one. 19 damage. Perfect. And 11 damage. That'll be fine. Oh. Yep. Cool. Bye. So this is what I'm talking about. They're stacking up. There's a lot of enemies in this place. It's kind of cramped and it's kind of a corridor, so we do have it's hard to navigate around and kite the enemies. So having a trinket like the wooden stick, or unusual stick, I think the name was, is kind of good to just lower the chances of even more stuff spawning. It only works for the dryads though, not the stone trolls, unfortunately. 20. Damn it. Alright, 5. So we have to do 1 bash. So just above me is the pickaxe guy that I was talking about earlier. Do we need a new pickaxe? Yes, we do. And I'm pretty sure that this works just like the mine entrance works. We do have a pickaxe. We have the bronze pickaxe, and when you kill this guy, I think he first, like, top priority is to refresh the pickaxe that you currently have, and the second one is to give you a new pickaxe if you don't have one, but it will give you the bad one. So it's better to kill him when you have a pickaxe, because he will refresh that one instead of giving you a new one. I'm really, yeah, it's an iron weapon. Good. I was afraid that the weapon was steel based, and I don't have any steel right now. Could make steel. So first you have to craft coal, and then you have to craft steel. But like I mentioned with the bronze, you have to open, craft, open, and craft. So the process of making steel is super awkward right now. And I'm sorry for the desktop creak or squeaking. Just trying to change my posture a bit. What are we doing currently? I don't know. We just unlocked steel, so these are the end game items, or at least 3 of the end game items. What are we trying to do though? We're trying to repair our weapon for 6 iron. Yeah, sure. And we do have the steel shield, but we don't have the fine steel shield. We could buy that for 10 wood, because that tile is completely broken. We go. Not broken at all. 20 durability, almost no decay in terms of damage, which is a mechanic I haven't really mentioned at all. Just realized. And yeah, we'll just go with this one. And whoa. Alright, so there's a lot of stuff happening right now. So right now, when I have one of the best shields in the game, or the best shield in the game, there's no need for me to use this tile unless I break it and want to craft a new one. But when there's a bit less going on the screen, I can hopefully talk a bit about the weapon decay. But he has so much health. Should be fine. Okay. No keys. Weapon repair. Damn it. So, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on the screen right now. Mostly because I just triggered a boss, and it's the second stage of this specific boss, and I also try to avoid combat if necessary, or if I can. So there's kind of a reason for all nonsense on the screen right now. So hopefully that was all the rocks on the right side. Go here, move him. Oh, it blocks all the... Yeah, alright. Move him again, so we can see a bit better. Could buy the slippers. We don't really need them. So the slippers is they give you the ability to not trigger traps. So this is a trap. So you don't really trigger traps at all when you have the slippers. And well, I have been playing this game for 4 years, so I don't really have an issue with the traps. So I don't really, well, yeah, I'm bragging a bit, but I usually don't get caught by the traps. And as I say this, watch me get caught by the traps. That's usually what happens. So that was that one, and I really want to get up here to get the last couple of resources up here, but at the same time there's a snake and there's just a ton of dudes, ton of enemies. So, and a misclick. Perfect. Well, 8 health, and in this case it's probably easier or more efficient to use this one and just overkill him. He has 8 health. I could kill him with a bash, but that will cost me 1 durability for my steel shield, so I need more steel to repair it. Or I could use this one that is iron based. So I'll probably do that. And what I'm hoping for is to get further in. But that snake, that wasn't worth it at all. And no, that wasn't worth it at all. Alright, we'll kill the snake, and of course it's broken. Oh no, I didn't really kill the pickaxe guy, did I? Or maybe I did. Well, there's a new one over there, and we could, well, wow. Okay, so we need 15. So this is what I'm talking about. I need 15 of these. So this is not cool. So I can't really mute the mic. I think that worked. So either you could hear me snort like a motherfucker, or I actually successfully muted the microphone. Okay, what are we doing? I want to kill the pickaxe guy, and I need to kill or get to the rock on the right, on the left. I mean, we also need to repair the weapon. We have an iron axe, we have a steel shield, we have leather armor. We really need to get more leather. So we must have more leather ASAP, but we also need to repair the weapon first. Oh yeah, I was spamming this. This is just bullshit. Why? Why haven't I fixed this? There we go. So forcing the player to do that 15 times. That's a lot of bullcrap. Yeah, one more enemy in the mix. Perfect. Why? Okay, so how do we do this? Oh! I just released the keyboard. I moved my hands away when the opportunity presented itself, but we did it, kind of. Yeah, repair the weapon. That was the... Oh, I didn't really notice my health. It would be a really awkward moment to die. Okay. Okay, so next time the enemy will die and we will exit combat, but what do we do? We need to get back. So no, wait, no. Yes, yes, no, no, no. Oh, this is not good. Okay, so this is a perfect opportunity to use the escape skill. We have low health, and to be honest, I don't really think that we could kill this enemy unless we waste... Yeah, we could waste the shield, actually. I'll probably do that. Oh, this is expensive. So there we go, and then we can get past this and find some health. Hopefully get back to at least like 40. There we go, perfect. Go away. So many of them. Dude. No! I forgot to repair the weapon. Oh, no. And the weapon is the only thing that is actually doing damage. Alright. Good stuff. I don't want to waste the weapon. I really want to repair it, but it's costing me a lot of resources to keep the sword or keep the weapon. Since I have to waste a lot of durability for all the other items, or both of them. Oh, this is expensive. Okay, so there we go. So right now we repair. That's all my iron. Oh, oof, big oof. Yeah, all right. I repaired that one. Yeah, all right, sure. So now we're poor again. All right. I need like 30 seconds. So stay put. And I'll be back in 30 seconds. There we go. All right. We were trying to survive. 10 steel. Oh, who balanced this game? God. So... Oh. Oh, it's so expensive. Okay. Almost done. Getting some health. Getting... no, we don't have a key. Key. Where's the boss? Where did he go? Oh, I see him. Dude. Why on earth would you do that? So yeah, I do want these resources though, but I kind of want to kill him first, I think. There we go. And then leave that one. So now the exit is unlocked. We can just escape whenever we want to. So now we can try to get that one first, and that one, and that one. And I also want this one. There, bye-bye. See ya. All right. Next area. What do we do? Repair the weapon. 5 iron. We don't. Yeah. Oh, 10 steel. That will never happen. That's 2. Perfect. Where do we go? Do we go down or do we go up? I kind of want to go back up, to be honest. So yeah, we'll do the top part first. A lot of wood and a lot of stone, so some resource or some tiles to let us trade that would be perfect. Ha! So we could either, you know, kill the bear for some tin, or we could not. Just skip that one and move on to this side. Dude. Okay, so something happened with the camera there. I'm not sure if you saw it, but it has to do with like when you take damage, like a special sort of out of combat damage. You can take that from, I think it's 3 different things. The tower is one of them. The camera kind of gets stuck in its own camera shake effect and then continues to move with the player. But there's a tower there, and that's not cool. There's also this guy. So see if we can get him, and yeah, we'll just kill him. So that was the tower. Ooh. Wait, oh yeah, of course. Oh, of course he did. I'm not really sure if we'll make it. Oh, 9 health. I completely missed that. So right now we're in a dire situation where we don't have a pickaxe, so we kind of need to create a copper pickaxe. And I don't really have much tin, so I can't really make that much bronze. But we do have some iron that we need to, we really need to repair this. Yeah. So behind this tree. Oh, why? No! 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 I failed! No! Damn it! Oh. The tower distracted me, so I didn't really see the gnome spawn at all. Oh no. All right. What I wanted to say was behind the tree, just 2 tiles south of me, 2 tiles below me, there's a tower. And the tower is using a weird thing that I'm thinking about reworking a bit, where when the tower is spawned on the level, it picks one direction and it calculates the direction with the most tiles. So his right direction has 3 tiles and the top direction has a lot of tiles, and it picks one of them and uses that as his only direction. So a tower can only attack in one direction, not in all 4, and that is not really introduced to the player at all. Like, the player does not have that information and cannot get it other than walking around the tower and seeing that, well, it actually just fires in one direction and it's randomized, so, or kind of randomized, so it's not that obvious. But this gnome though, he got me real good. So during this playthrough I found 3 things that I really need to fix, and then some minor stuff that I probably will look into as well when I have some time. But overall I found like 10 or 15 things that I really want to change before I release this version. And I'm almost considering uploading this version to Steam as is, because it works. It's not broken, it doesn't have any errors as far as I can tell, and it is working, and it's fully playable. I did clear the game once before, and there's nothing wrong with this version, but it could be a bit more polished, and I could just release this one and then spend time updating the next one, and just fix all the minor issues that was found. And yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind, like one playthrough on a YouTube stream, just to, I don't know, why not? So I'm not gonna play anymore. I'm probably gonna rant for a few minutes in case you want to stay. Otherwise, feel free to download the demo on GameJolt.com, or just buy the game on Steam if you're rich and want to buy a weird roguelike. I don't know. But I do recommend downloading the demo in case you, like, if you stayed this long and haven't played the game yet, you should probably download the demo and try it for yourself, see if it's any fun. But yeah, this was probably a one-timer. It is weird to stream, and it's really weird to stream in another language. Everything has to do with translating stuff in your head and then hopefully getting it out of your mouth, and it's kind of hard. But thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed playing. I really enjoyed interacting with a bit with you, at least, and hopefully this was somewhat useful and enjoyable. I have no idea. I don't know why I did this. But I'll end the stream right now, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.